What to do if you're presented with an 18-meter-high piece of art weighing more than 1,900 kilograms? One telephone call to KLM Helicopters is enough to get the job done. It took exactly 9 minutes to place this imposing construction in position accurately to the last centimeter. A better proof of the flying ability and versatility of KLM Helicopters is hardly imaginable. But what happens before it gets that far?
KLM Helikopters, goedemorgen met Marjolein.
Goedemorgen, met Joosten van der Nam. Ik wil voor aanstaande woensdag een vlucht aanvragen met bestemming Nederland 4. Is dat mogelijk?
Welk type wilt u, 61 of 76?
Een 61 en het liefst van 10 uur als het kan.
Ik zal het even voor u checken, moment. Huub, hebben wij aanstaande woensdag een 61 beschikbaar voor de Nederland 4 om 10 uur?
Ja hoor, dat lukt wel.
Ja hoor, dat lukt. Bij deze geboekt. Ik stuur u per telex nog een bevestiging.
Bedankt.
Prima. Goedemorgen.
Horenplatform Heli Amsterdam. Doe je Riet?
Each flight is preceded by a great number of activities which have to be carried out with utmost precision and which have to be tuned to each other in detail. This is done in one of the two movement control centers, at Schiphol East or in Den Helder. 7 days per week, 24 hours a day, movement controllers, dispatchers and crews are ready to fly.
Jan, Pierre, goedemorgen. Vliegplan. Heli 37, Heli 38. India november. SK 61 mei.
Mag ik uw paspoort even zien? Dank u wel.
In offshore, time is precious. That is why all procedures, from checking in at the counter to the execution of the flight, are aimed at efficiency and reliability. Teamwork is the key.
Dit is uw instapkaart. En dit labelt u aan uw bagage vast. Oké, goede reis.
Bedankt. We gaan uit met 15 passagiers. De bedoeling was vice versa Schiphol. We zien dit payload 15 man, 3220 pond.
Horenplatform, Horen, helm, helder. Dat wordt de route. Dat zullen we zo doen. Hartelijk bedankt en we geven zo meteen een seintje als die rolt.
KLM helicopters are known in particular for their offshore activities. Thousands of flights by Sikorsky S-61 and S-76 helicopters are made annually from Schiphol East to all platforms in the Dutch section of the continental shelf. Crews and oil companies can rely on the fact that helicopters will keep flying even under the most severe weather conditions. Even with wind force 10 and a minimum visibility of half a mile, the aircraft find their way unfailingly to the rigs in the North Sea. For many men, KLM helicopters are a safe and reliable means to get to their work or to return home. If you're familiar with work on a rig, you know how much is demanded from the people and the equipment. Work continues night and day, often under difficult circumstances. Only expertise and dedication make this possible, a smooth interplay between men and equipment. A similar interplay is found at KLM helicopters in the maintenance of the aircraft. The aircraft are maintained by KLM helicopters themselves. The most advanced techniques are used, including laser beam, to tune the jet engines. KLM technicians are specialists, every single one of them, who care for their job and the equipment they work with. Perfectionism and an eye for detail stretches to the stores. Spare parts are collected through a fully automated system and transported to the technicians. The computer also keeps track where the parts are and when they have to be changed.
KLM Helikopters? Ja, dat klopt. Alsjeblieft. Dank u wel.
The helicopters must always be in top condition on the ground and in the air. Most of the maintenance is done at night. The advantage is that the helicopters are ready to fly the next morning. It is obvious that this technical skill is also of interest to other operators. Not only KLM's helicopters are to be found in the hangar at Schiphol East, but also the Bulco 105 of the State Police. KLM helicopters also maintain the 6 Jetstream 31 aircraft of the commuter airline Netherlines. Developments in the aviation world are the order of the day. The tuning of the rotor blades is done at present with a rotor tuner consisting of infrared equipment and computers. KLM helicopters made an important contribution to this device. Also, the new loading system for heavy freight has been developed on the premises. Loading a helicopter can now be done by a single person. Each flight is surrounded by a great number of security measures. KLM helicopters train the helideck crews of the oil companies. Many crews are trained in the training center at Schiphol East. But KLM helicopters' own staff too return to the school benches regularly. During these courses, a great deal of attention is given to the latest equipment, which guarantees the safety of passengers and crew. Safety procedures for flights across the sea receive a great deal of attention. After all, 95% of all flights are offshore flights. As a seafaring nation, Holland has a rich tradition in the field of pilotage. Pilots, crews and shipping companies use the experience of KLM helicopters to deposit pilots at the right place, at the right time, under practically any weather conditions. This reduces waiting time for ships to a minimum, and a pilot's time can be made more productive. Pilot services are only part of the services KLM helicopters offer ships. Transportation of maintenance crews, equipment and patients are among the other possibilities we offer.
We gaan nu dispositie van rendezvous invoeren.
Radar and state-of-the-art electronics are indispensable aids if one has to be at the rendezvous point in time. This new Rakel-Decker navigation computer was jointly developed by KLM Helicopters in cooperation with the manufacturers. Pilots follow a homemade training program for it.
Papa hotel, dan gaan we zoeken kilo op stellen. Pit length, runway 25, left.
Brussels Tower, Haley 1, 5 left, mayday, mayday, engine fire, engine number 2. Engine number 2 shutting off. Pulling P-handle.
Twice a year, all KLM helicopter pilots undergo rigorous training and proficiency checks on the flight simulator. Every imaginable flight condition can be reproduced realistically thanks to advanced computerization.
50 feet. 20 feet. Landing.
Oké.
KLM Helikopters, goedemorgen met Marjolein.
Hoornplatform Amsterdam, dat is copy.
Hier hebben we een controle aan dat die dop goed is.
Dan wordt het hier in het tijdelijk waypoint geheugen bijgeschreven.
KLM Helicopters, the specialists you can rely on. Safe, progressive, reliable. KLM Helicopters, a company which aims at giving every customer a royal class service.